CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman is with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
To read this entire article and some of the accusations is difficult. And one of the accusers of Schneiderman says, what do you do if your abuser is the top law enforcement official in the state? Is that why these women haven't spoken out until now?
Well, it certainly appears that way. These stories are tragic, horrific, and we see the hypocrisy involved in someone in his role. What is a woman to do? If it's the Attorney General of the state of New York, does she feel like she can go to the police? No. Does she feel like she can go to a district attorney? No. Where does she go? Does she even think maybe, I don't even know if it enters her mind, to go to the U.S. attorney? Everyone somehow is connected. So at some point, you say, I have no recourse except to go public. This is the one type of case, because it's so extraordinary, that the non-filing of a police report is totally explicable.
What happens if they do file a police report now? Would that affect the case?
Well, at this point, they've gone public, and if they want to continue to pursue any action, they can file a police report.
And the Manhattan District Attorney has opened an investigation now, right?
Yes, the Manhattan District Attorney has opened an investigation into these underlying charges. He's got some difficulties, though, because what you are dealing with, first of all, is the fact that these women went public does not necessarily mean that they want to pursue a criminal case. Even assuming they do, when you look at the law in the state of New York, what we find is that what has happened here is probably, more than likely, almost definitely considered misdemeanor sexual assault. That's a 1-year statute of limitations and a 1-year penalty. You could go back to the old allegations, and they could help buffer up that 1 year. But the difficulty is to get up to a felony, you would need a weapon, you would need someone in a protected class like elderly or a child, or depends on the seriousness of the injury.
Can I ask you something? I apologize. They accuse Schneiderman of having subjected them to non-consensual physical violence. Is there a such thing as consensual physical violence under the law? I
suppose that you could consent that someone could hit you. People have odd habits, but nonetheless, they say that his defense is a fantasy of his own.
Yeah, he offered role-playing as a defense. I don't know any woman of color that thinks being called a brown slave is any kind of role-playing.
Let alone someone who is choked and feels that she really may lose consciousness. It is tragic.
Rikki Klieman, thanks.